assuming that elephant is going up, because I do believe that it'll keep going up because of its tokenomics. Okay, Drip Network has what you call ponzonomics. Elephant Money has good tokenomics. Okay, so bad tokenomics, good tokenomics, bad tokenomics is ponzonomics. These are really good tokenomics.
All right, guys, I had to start this video off with that. That's my boy El Bloque, the Joker, aka El Salvadorian, the Mandalorian. But I had to give him a shout out because he was indeed one of the first guys to mention elephant money to me. All right, he's done that. And another thing, he's from El Salvador, and English is not his first language, but he does have a Spanish speaking community that he's pumping elephant money to. So if you guys want, please feel free to go check out his channel. This is the one he's doing in English, and he's starting pushing his videos, and he's going to practice that more to make his English a bit better. So you guys feel free to go check him out. Also, this is proof showing that a month ago, he definitely came in under this ID to tell me about the elephant money. It took a few of you guys to finally get me to dig into it, open my eyes, know what's going on. But one of the key things he mentioned in that clip that I started with is that why the price is going up and why he believes the price is going up. Okay, so a lot of times when we say this and we get asked questions about this, we say, do your research, look at the tokenomics, look at the mechanics of it. But I understand that many of you guys out there really don't know how to look behind the scenes and see what's going on. That was clear in Drip, because while I was out saying, hey, the price is falling and the price will continue to fall, it was simply because the tokenomics were not there. Plus all of the stuff that was going against Drip that was being done behind the scenes. Well, I've done the research on elephant money to the point where I go in and start investing, and I start sharing it with you guys so that you know what's going on. And sure enough, a lot of you guys are coming over, you're flipping, you're pleased with elephant money. But I know that there's still a lot of you out there that are on the fence, that you're not sure, you're wondering, you've been burned by Forex Shark and the influencers that are promoting Drip and Animal Farm or whatever case. So in this video, I'm going to share with you in layman's terms why the tokenomics are so powerful for elephant money and why this price will continue to rise. Okay. But before I do, let me give some shout outs, because a lot of you guys are really starting to flip over to elephant money, jumping ship out of Forex Shark's losing protocols and into elephant money. And not just you guys as members of Drip, but influencers. I'm seeing more of you guys coming through, and I'm just going to scroll through here. My boy Drip to Wealth, I'm gonna give him a big shout out. You know, he's out here. I love that name, Drip to Wealth, and he's gonna keep that name to help keep elephant money in your ears, guys. I know you're in the Drip community, it's failing, but he is on board. Let me just share a little bit of our conversation with you. This might piss some of the other influencers off, but we have this little chat, and I love his mindset. He says he has a refined purpose, right, to help people identify better crypto investments. I've learned quite a bit from failed projects, i.e. Forex Shark, Animal Farm, Drip. Time to shine light on winning influencers, communities, and projects. Appreciate your contribution. Big ups to my boy, because he's saying this because, hey, he's agreed with this video and said, hey, elephant money, the token is off the chain, as well as the community. You guys get this now. It's not just me. I'm not the only influencer out here. Let me scroll on down, see what other influencers, because I have several. Drip Coach, y'all better watch out for him, because he's about to start looking into this. Let me show you guys a little something. He dropped this a day ago, but I checked out his channel and I saw the video has not been released. I ain't talked to Drip Coach yet, but this video right here about to be dangerous. Right? He about to show you guys what's going on. I don't know what Coach doing, but he's doing something. All right. So y'all be on the lookout for that video. Coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right. Let's see who else we got. Definitely got Moonshot Max. He's over here pushing it. He got his videos out there. Y'all go check him out. And in his latest video here, he's showing facts, statistics. Look what's going on in the past. But in this video, I'm going to share with you guys why things are going the way they are and why they will continue to increase in price, right? Go on down. Big shout out to Hex Noob. You got another influencer out here, right here. Shout out to him. Y'all go check out his channel as well. Man, there are tons of you guys. If I don't mention you, sorry, my apologies. But y'all, we are heading out of drip into a successful protocol that we are proving. And again, in this video, I'm going to explain in layman's terms. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm getting the same questions from quite a few of my viewers. And that question is, how do you know the price is going up, right? Slow Cooker right here. He said, this is a quote that I used in a video. And he says, how do you know that? You don't. You know, you hope it does. And see, this was a realm of drip right here. Everybody was the influence were trying to get you guys to think the price was going to go up based on hopes. There were no tokenomics to back it up. There are tokenomics to back up elephant money, and I'm going to explain that. And I tell him, you know, just like 1 + 1 = 2 is logic. And I'm going to explain that logic to you. Because here's another comment here that I got from another viewer, Bungle, right? So he had the question, you know, what makes you so convinced that it's going to keep going up? And I am going to share with you guys my reply to him. Because in this reply, I tried to present it in a way that is general and understanding to him. And the same way I'm replying to him, I just want to read this and express it to you guys so you understand when you start researching elephant money, what it's about and why it's so powerful, why it will continue to make the price go up. Okay. So let's just read into this. It's a little bit lengthy, but it's very informative and eye-opening, people. Okay. So if you want to reference this yourself, just come out to this video. Drip Network to Elephant Money. People leaving Drip Network, coming into Elephant Money. And this is talking about the community, the simplicity of it, blase, blase. All right. So let's get into this really quick. All right. So he leaves this comment here. So how come you are so convinced this thing will keep going up? So what happens in 3 years? 100x, 1000x? Where will the money come from to pay people when they start to take serious profits? And by the way, people are taking profits all the time in this system, but it's all just Ponzi-nomics in the end. Remember what my boy El Salvadorian said at the beginning? Ponzi-nomics was for drip. That's not the case for elephant money. So let's get into this. All right, so I'm like, okay, you've got questions, great. But you'll have to completely erase what you think you know about DeFi projects like drip. There is so much to elephant money that it'll be around for years to come, unless there's a rug or an exploit, of course. But I have reasons to believe that that will not happen. If you guys got questions about that, we can discuss it. Just drop a message in the comment, but continue on. I say look into the protocol and start off understanding these things. And this is critical, baby, people. If you want to really start understanding elephant money, wipe out what you know and start with these basics that I'm about to share here. Okay. 100% of the elephant tokens that will ever exist have already been created or minted. The total supply is 1,000 trillion or quadrillion, however you want to call it. 50 to 51% of those tokens are locked up in a contract called the graveyard, which is and will always be the largest holder of the elephant token. The second largest holder is the elephant treasury called Bertha. And this treasury is being fed constantly from various protocols within the ecosystem. And this contract is constantly buying up elephant tokens, which adds to the buy pressure and raises the price. Understand that no new elephant tokens will ever be minted. The supply is set, and all that's left to consider is the demand. So let's consider that. As investors view the charts and see a steady and constant rise in price, like this, there will be consistent demand to buy and accumulate the elephant token, and that just from an investor standpoint. Then you have Bertha the Treasury. She's the second biggest whale, and when I say whale, she got a lot of tokens, right? She's the second biggest whale, and she's not a selfish and greedy holder like most human whales. She's controlled by smart contracts that are programmed to achieve one primary goal, and that is to keep the price of the token going up. Then you have all the various ways in which Bertha grows through buying, selling, and transferring the elephant tokens, as well as through the futures, the NFTs, Trump, Stampede, Trumpet, and farms. All these are protocols. All these are smart contracts that investors can use to grow their assets. So in a nutshell, that is why I'm convinced that it will keep going up. At the rate elephant money is growing now, the price pretty much doubles every 6 to 8 weeks. So let's take in the ballpark figure, let's do the latter of that, which is 8 weeks. If it continues to double every 8 weeks, buying $10 today, just $10 people, would have a value of about $650 in a year. And the reason I'm addressing this is because he had the question, what happens a year, 3 years, and stuff from now. So this 650 next year, in year 2 after that, that 650 will be converted into about $41,000. And then the year after that, in 3 years, you're looking at $2.6 million. And I know this is blowing your minds, people, so that's why I have to say, is this doable? Certainly. And let's understand why. Do not come in with a mindset of the protocol issuing you more tokens like DRIP does. Remember that the token supply is set, and as the circulating supply becomes more scarce, the price will shoot up accordingly. You guys stop and think about this for a minute. It's not about gathering all the tokens, getting them free like in DRIP, right? If you're going to get the tokens, you're going to pay for the tokens, but you're going to pay at the current price, all right? But the price is going to continue to rise, all right? The current price of elephant is about 51 cents per million, or this number here. There is no limit on how the price of the elephant token can go. No caps on that, people, okay? And this is what you must program in your mind to understand. So with this info in mind, feel free to check out the protocol and jump in and try the waters for yourself. As I mentioned in the example I presented above, a small 10% or $10 investment today could potentially make you a millionaire in 3 years, and you don't have to monitor the asset, compound it, or anything like that. Just buy some elephant and hold it in your wallet. It's that simple, okay? And where will the money come from? This is the second question he had when people start selling off. Where is it? Where will the money come from? So I'm going to address that here. And where will the money come from? It's already here, there, in Bertha, in the treasury, in the graveyard, okay? That money is already there. Bertha is holding the bulk of it and paying out obligations as needed. And you always have the graveyard holding a minimum of 50% of the total supply to help sustain the price. this is key, people, help sustain the price should all the highest holders of the token decide to sell off at any given time. This will never happen, right? People sell off whenever they want to take profits. Nobody's going to sell off at the same time. But if it did, you know, this 50% plus what Bertha is holding would be a drop in the bucket. Okay. Will there be a drop in the price if this happens? Sure. But it will never be to a degree that the protocol cannot recover from. And Bertha will keep doing what she does best, continue adding buy pressure even when the price drops. Think about this, people. This is a completely different protocol. Okay. And then I'm adding this just for additional information to let him know, hey, these things happen. There are major sell-offs, not necessarily from the community, but from the graveyard. And it explains it here. And just for your information, there is a major sell-off of elephant tokens every time the graveyard reaches 51%. When this happens, the graveyard essentially sends the additional 1% to Bertha, the whale, and the graveyard itself adjusts back down to 50%. Understanding that the token supply is 1,000 trillion, always has been, always will be, we understand that Bertha, the whale, will receive 1% of that. And what is that? That's 1 trillion elephant tokens. Now, half of these tokens are going to be sold off immediately on the market, and that's where you're going to see a price dump. And then that's going to be paired with the other 50 billion for added liquidity, which again belongs to Bertha. She controls that. This sell-off drops the price, but for those of us that know what's happening, it makes a great buying opportunity to buy more elephants at for less, right? And when this happens, you'll also notice a pretty rapid recovery of the price because so many others will want to buy elephant at a cheaper price. All right. Can you catch this? Feel free to ask questions, ask more questions, and I'm presenting this to you guys. I don't want to have to explain all of this again. Okay. I'm just sharing this with you now in this video. So if I ever get a question like this again, I can just refer you guys to this video. But if you have questions beyond that, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and either myself or other people in the community will definitely come out and try to assist you in whatever way. Okay. So I encourage you to do yourself a favor and look into elephant money. You'll be glad you did. All right. So we chat again back and forth, and Bungle was satisfied with my explanation, and he is moved back into elephant money, getting that money out of animal farm that isn't producing a thing and putting it into a system that's producing it for him. Now, in past videos, I've shown you guys my progress. I told you I'll kind of show it to you every now and then, and I estimated, you can potentially, whereas in drip, that money is gone immediately. It's going to take you 365 days just to pull out, the drip that you purchased, but the value of the token tanks so much, you're not going to pull your money out. You're not going to ROI. Okay. In this realm with elephant, I told you guys when I started, I'm estimating it's going to take about 10 days for me to ROI. Right. So I showed you guys in this chart. This is the amount of the total of US dollar value that I've invested in elephant in this wallet. This is the total amount that is showing that I have to date. But this right here is what I would get if I sold off my position today. Because remember, there's a 8.5 to 10% tax coming in and going out, right? Buying a token and selling the token. So this is almost at that point. But keep in mind, that was only 10 days from this point. Since then, about 5 days later, I deposited another 1,000, then another 200, and then another 200 here. But nevertheless, my value here is still above this. But if I pulled out, I'm looking at netting 2,300. So I still have a day to go, but that's only because of these. to compare apples to apples, like I said, in this one, I just made one investment here, the equivalent of 14,387. And sure enough, about 10 days later, like I estimated, we are early morning on the 27th. This value here is the total amount I put in. If I were to extract my money now, if I show it to you, let's see, if I show you my wallet here, right, and look at the token value, it's showing an equivalent amount of 16,228, which of course is above what I just logged in, which I logged right there. That's the value. But if I sold it off, I could net, I'd essentially have after the taxes 14.5 thousand, which is already above what I've put in. So at this point forward, I'm in the green. I can pull out my money today and would have made a $200 profit. But am I going to do that? No, certainly not. I'd be foolish to do that. At this point, everything, every day that passes, every minute that passes, my money is making money. Okay? This is the simplicity and the power of the elephant money system. You guys that are not aware, get out of Forex Shark's projects. He's proven time and time again that he's going to drain your money. The systems that he's developed are not catered to investors. Elephant money is. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this one. If you got any questions, comments, whatever the case is, please, again, leave them in the comments, and we will holler on the next one. Peace out.